replacements in Australia. Premier Peter Gutwein says the decision delaying the project was justified during last year's COVID storm. He's confident the move now will be a compromise that pays off.
A year ago, the state government changed course from Europe to Australian shores. The plan was to see if the new Spirit of Tasmania vessels could be built locally.
We're making an Australian decision today, and we're making a Tasmanian decision because, of course, as we know, we're in very different circumstances to what we were only 6 months ago.
7 months and one task force report later, the government has backflipped, deciding to again go with Finnish shipbuilder RMC. The Premier defending the delay.
When the decision was due on the Spirits last year in June, our government was faced with a vastly different economic landscape than we now face.
The report looked at 3 options: building a steel hull overseas and fitting it out locally, adding a catamaran to support the fleet, or heading back overseas. The state government has picked option 3, but there's still some uncertainty.
In the event that RMC and TT Line are not able to reach contractual agreement in the next 30 days, the government and TT Line will proceed to the open market in line with the task force recommendations and call for new proposals.
Tasmanian catamaran builder Incat says it's deeply disappointed. Labor's called the plan a cruel hoax. However, the tourism lobby is on board, even if they say the task force was pointless.
The reality is TT Line looked at this 4 years ago and concluded that the best model was the ships and the business case that they've got. They spent the last 6 months doing the same thing. Enough's enough. We just need to get on with it and get the ships we need for the state for the next 20 years.
We're not back where we started. I mean, we've done a lot of work over the last 6 to 8 months.
The decision comes with a promise of including up to $100 million in Tasmanian content. The government expects the vessels to be delivered between 2023 and 2024. Sean McComish, 7 Tasmania News.
And Sean McComish joins us now to discuss the day's other major political developments in what has been a fiery day in Parliament. Sean, it sounds like the government's Spirit of Tasmania decision has caused quite a ruckus in the chamber.
That's right, Kim. Labor went on the attack after the government's decision yesterday to build the Spirit replacements in Finland. Last year, it paused a deal with the shipbuilder RMC to see if it could build the vessels locally. A task force report was handed down quite late yesterday, which didn't really give anyone much time to respond. So today, as you can imagine, more than a few tempers flared up.
Are you going to apologise for your flip-flopping that has caused havoc to their businesses?
And I just want to come back to the absolute hypocrisy. The absolute hypocrisy.
But nothing is certain yet. The government still needs 30 days to negotiate. The Premier says up to $100 million in Tasmanian content could be included in the deal. He'll also talk to Incat boss Bob Clifford, who has expressed his bitter disappointment in the decision. It was also revealed the task force report cost $146,000. Not a small sum of money, Kim.
No, not at all.